Inside this video topic, we'll discuss again a very interesting concept, and that is how to implement download CSV button as well as download Excel button to our data table. Yes, friends, previously remember we have created a data table using our data table package inside Next.js application. Now in this video, I'll use the same package, the same code, but this time I will add two more buttons to that data table to download our tabular data either in CSV format or in Excel format. So this video is going to be too much helpful whenever if we want to download our tabular data in CSV and in XML format. Now to proceed further, let's go back to browser. So this is the outcome of this video topic. So inside this video topic, simply we have used a package, and by the help of that package, we have created this table. And inside this video topic, also you will see inside description, the source code will be attached. So I'm going to use the same source code to go and create first this data table, and also will add two more buttons inside this to download this tabular data in CSV format and in XML format. So for code source, if you go to the description of this video, so you will find something like this: github.com/owt hub /nextjs hyphen 16 topics, because all these things we are learning inside Next.js 16th version. So inside this here, if I go to this pages, now if I open index.js, now we can see inside this index.js, we are calling a component called data table layout, and this data table layout is coming from this components folder, and this file is inside this components. And if I go and open, and here we have the complete code, like we can see the complete code what is displaying here. So what I will do, I will go and open this same source code to my VS Code, and let's understand that how to add two more buttons. So if I go and again open index.js, we can see tabular data summary, and here we have tabular data summary. Now let's go back to VS Code. So here, if I open to compare pages, index.js, and now we can see here we have that code. Go to components, data table layout, components, and here we have the same structure of code. So in this video topic, I'm going to add two more buttons. So what I will do, simply to save time, I have some layout, some div tag, and inside that div tag, we have two more buttons. So step by step, we'll learn this amazing concept. So here, first I'll create two buttons. So here, I have some piece of HTML code, so just I will copy. If I go to this layout file, and just before this input type search button, if I paste, let's format. Now here we can see that just before this input type search box, here we have download CSV and download Excel button. And inside this HTML, you can see that the code is very simple, like we have only a div, and inside this div, this is a button with some relevant classes, and this is another button with relevant classes. We don't have right now on click event listener over these buttons to download that file. Now in the next step, as you know that inside this video, we are dealing with the CSV file and Excel file. So to download a tabular data into these file formats, we need some packages. So here into next step, what we can do, we have to download and install two packages, that is XLX, which converts our tabular data to CSV or in XML. And then after conversion, if we want to download that file to a local system, we need another package called file-server, file-saver. So what to do? So first, I'll install this package. Let's go back to application. If I press Ctrl J, now it will open the integrated terminal of this application. Now here, I'll install first npm-i, and before installation, if I open package.json, and now we can see right now we don't have XLX and file saver. Let's open Ctrl J. and npmi. This is our first package. Hit enter. Now successfully package has been installed. Now if I go to install the second package, so I will copy this file saver. Then again I will go to this project terminal, and if I type npmi, then the package name, hit enter. Now successfully other package also gets installed. If I press again Ctrl J to hide this terminal, now it is hidden. If I go to confirm to this package.json, and now we can see file saver, and here we have xlx package. Now let's close all these. Now if I go to our datatable layout.jsx, let's import here. So import, or what I will do, let's go and copy these two lines and just paste here. Now after that, let's go back to button. I will add on click attribute to bind the on click event. So here, let's say handle download CSV button. Now here, on click, it will be handle download Excel button. Quickly, if I copy this event name, then here, let's say const function name, I'll create an arrow function, and for the time being, let's say console.log, and here I'll say, let's say download CSV button click. Now then after, if I copy this function name, let's go here, const function, let's say console.log, download Excel button clicked. Now if I save these changes, let's go back to browser, and now we can see once we write our HTML before that search box, now it is oriented like this. These buttons are on the left side and this search box in the right side. And this is decided because we have added some Tailwind classes here, which is at the parent div. Now if I go here, let's open our inspect, go to console tab, and let's reload one more time. So Control F5. And as we can see that here we have some error, and error is same what we got inside like previous video as well, that is hydration failed because the server rendered HTML did not match with the client. So to solve that, let's go back to VS Code, and here let's open our index.js file. So go to pages, then index.js, and inside that, like instead of like loading tier table something like this, we'll use the dynamic function. So what I mean, simply let's first import. So import dynamic from next dynamic, and then after, if I copy this tier table layout, let's say const tier table layout equals to, I'll use dynamic, and inside that function, first I will use an arrow function, and that I will use import, and into this import, just copy what we are importing, like this component from components folder, just cut and put here. And here inside this dynamic, into this second argument, just pass an object, and here we have to write SSR equals to false. SSR stands for server-side rendering. But here, if I go to this their table layout component, we can see that here we have use client. It means this is client-based component. So if I save these changes, now if I go here, let's reload. And now we can see we don't have any error, and the layout is also working. So if I click on this download CSV button, and now we can see CSV button clicked and Excel button clicked. Now next after this, let's go back to VS Code, and here in place of console.log, let's write some logical code to download our tabular data into a CSV file or in an Excel file. So first I will start with this CSV button. So here we have some reference of code. So inside this function block, I will copy this code. Let's go here, and in place of this first console log, if I paste, now what this code means. So inside this code, you can see filtered data. So filtered data is nothing. This is the same data what we are binding with this data table. So inside this data table, here we have the data prop, and inside this data prop, we are passing a JSON format of data. So this JSON format of data we are passing right here. So first, we are checking if it has no data, no length of data. So in that case, we have to return. Otherwise, we have to go and by using this XLX package, first that JSON file, that JSON content will be converted to a sheet. And then after this worksheet will be converted to a CSV content. And then after, if we want to write that CSV content to a CSV file, so first we are converting those CSV content into a blob file. And then after, by using this save as function from this file saver, we are saving that blob content to a CSV. So here I am using some function. So if I remove, let's say, table data.csv, now all this content will be downloaded to this named file. So if I save these changes, if I go here, let's reload. Now this is our tabular data. If I click on this button, and now you can see our data has been downloaded. If I open, and now you can see these are the data what we have inside our table. So successfully, this is about handle download CSV button functionality. Don't worry, I'll drop each and every code into our Git repository. So here, the second, if I go here, let's copy this Excel button. If I copy the complete code of this function block and just paste inside this console.log. Now, in this case, also we are checking that if we have no filter data, like no data inside data table, simply we have to return. Otherwise, that JSON data first, it will be converted into a sheet. And then after that, that sheet of data will be converted to a workbook. And then after, we are creating an Excel buffer, which is going to write this workbook content to that buffer, and that buffer later on will be converted to a blob. Why we are converting into blob? Because also we are interested to save that the content of like Excel or CSV to a file. So also in case of this CSV, if we are interested to write our CSV content to a file, so first we have to convert it into a blob, and then blob content we have written to this file. So the same concept here, like the JSON data is converted into worksheet, then worksheet then converted into a workbook, and then workbook is going to dump into a buffer, that is Excel buffer, and that buffer content is going to write into a blob. Like this is something kind a data conversion. Now later on this blob data will be written to a file, and I will say that file, let's say table data dot xlx. If I save these changes, let's go here. Now, if I click on this button, and now you can see here we have a file downloaded. So if I copy, and now successfully, as we can see that all those table data now downloaded to this Excel file. So successfully, these are some basic settings what basically we have configured to make this table totally functional with these action buttons. Now quickly, I'll go and push all these code what basically we have changes. So here, let's say CSV and Excel button actions. I'll simply go add all these files, just removing this package.json like log file we don't need. Let's click on commit, or let's add that as well. Click on commit. Now successfully code has been committed. So to confirm, if I go back to our GitHub repository, let's reload. Now, as we can see, the dynamic import now came here inside this index.js. And also, if I go to our components folder, let's open this DataTable layout.jsx. And now you can see here we have two lines of that package import. And also here we have the code of handle download CSV button and Excel button. So friends, this was the amazing tutorial for this like action buttons over this table. So for this interesting video, please hit the like button to like this very interesting concept. Subscribe to this channel so that I'll be creating so much amazing contents for you. And now it's time to meet into our next amazing video. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.